marketing in-house. We do
Okay.
all of our own advertising development, all of our graphics development.
Oh, okay.
We run all of our own websites. We do everything in-house. We have our own graphics design team. We have our own copywriting. We do everything in-house, and it allows us
Okay, I'm going to ask you, and the reason for that is?
to control our message.
Okay.
To control our message and to control the look of how things are. We want to be a global company. We have a very specific view for how we look and how we should look and be presented. We can save, we believe it's more efficient this way. Agencies can be very cumbersome to work with, and you don't always get what you want. And we don't need an agency to interpret who our customer is and supply us with all that information. We know who we are talking to, we know the industry, and we know how to communicate. It's just the down and dirty work of building attractive looking collateral and
Materials
to
right.
go with it, which I'm very proud to see. These are the types of the things that we're producing in-house, and it allows us to control every aspect of the communications that we do, and it's just far more efficient, and I think, it saves us a lot of extra legwork of having to work with an agency by doing it this way.
Right.
So we got a great graphics design team here, and Chris.
Now, does everybody here live locally, or are there some long commutes for people, or?
Oh, I mean, over the hill.
Yeah.
But,
Over the
whether
hill.
You live in Santa Cruz or you live just over the hill, it actually can end up breaking even because you've got a reverse commute coming from Silicon Valley versus
Most
Santa
all the
Cruz.
people. There's a reason why Zero is located here. We have.
I was going to ask you why it seems such an out-of-the-way place.
Well, that's actually, if you think about it, we have the cultural aspect of being located in Santa Cruz, being really hip with the latest trends and what's going on socially and culturally. What's next usually comes out of this part of the country.
Right.
And then we have the talent pool that's attracted to Silicon Valley.
Okay.
That's living around there. So we have the know how to get things done,
Right.
along with the passion and the vision and the emotional content that goes into building products like
Right.
these. Because what we're doing has really got a lot of passion, a lot of spirit to it, and it's combining the cultural aspect,
Right.
the cool cultural aspect of electric motorcycles with the technical know-how of doing it, and that's why we're here. So we're a lot, that's what allows us to get doing. That's why guys don't look at working here as a 9-to-5 job. It's a 9 to whatever it takes
Right.
job.
Right.
Is how they
yeah,
approach it.
I know that ethic. Thank you.
Yeah, weekends or whatever. So.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is the marketing department, and then
Okay.
we'll just go up here. This is our operations and our VP of operations, Steve Sawyer. Like I said,
What is that I see back over your shoulder?
I
ICA.
think this is one of Steve's bike. He's got quite a few vintage bikes that we collect and
okay.
hold on to. And Steve comes from Seagate. He's got a background,
And Steve's job is
VP of operations.
Oh, okay.
He built out all the stuff that we just went
Right,
through.
gotcha.
He's
Okay.
responsible for running all of that. So here's where all of the buyers and purchasing department and everything else works out of.
Okay.
Logistics and everything to get us all the stuff we need. So the only other thing we have is up that way is between us and the front building is engineering.
right.
And that area is completely
Verboten.
off limits
Yes.
right now because
Yep.
of what's going on in there. So, you can see, kind of get a little bit of a feel for the operation here, where, the company's grown immensely over the last couple of years. We're up to 70 employees.
Right. So where do you want to be in the next, turnout? You've got roughly 1,000 bikes in consumer hands. Where do you want to be in 5 years' time?
Well, in 5 years' time, we'd like to be at 15,000 units.
Okay.
We have some pretty aggressive growth plans. We expect to sell as many bikes next year, more bikes next year than we've sold in our history to date. We're going to double on what we've done so far. As the market becomes more sophisticated, as the market for EV products grows, as the product offerings from the manufacturers grow and become more interesting and more desirable for consumers, I think we're gonna see more people vacillate towards it. Our strategy at Zero we're in the process of doing the heavy lifting, the down and dirty work now to figure out how to master this technology, bring it to a fully commercialized form that has real value for the consumer, and doing it before the main OEMs jump on board.
Right.
Now as soon as the major OEMs jump on
The
board,
Hondas, Yamahas.
which we embrace and we welcome and hope that they do, because it'll just add more credibility to our market,
Right.
and more viability for what we're doing. But we want to get ourselves set. We want to have our designs and our product, our engineering and our ideas in place to where we can actually build things. We can take our ideas and do something like build a real motorcycle that somebody can own. And we've learned so much over the last 2 years, and especially in this last year, that I'm quite confident that we're going to get to a state where we're going to have a really good product that has really, really good performance, that's going to be make it much more compelling for a consumer to
Okay.
own.
So if I were to walk into one of the dealers that are handling this, and I'm going to have a choice between whatever that competitive bike is, the Yamaha, the Hondas, the
Electric bike or
no, just gasoline
bike, yep.
and what is, I mean, how are you working with the dealers to get them to sell that bike rather than that gasoline bike?
Well, I think that it's evaluating the customer's needs. And if the customer's coming in there and is looking for something for basic transportation, something that's going to solve something that helps to cut down on his monthly fuel expenses, for example, and they want to start commuting on a bike instead of a car because it's going to save them money. Well, if you really want to save some money and your commute is within a 30-mile range of where your office is, so let's say within 30 to 35 miles of where you work,
Right.
I got a great solution here for you.
Right.
One that'll really pay for itself. If you have a 30-mile commute to work each day and you're going 60 miles each day to and back, you ride your bike to work, plug it in, charge it, ride it home. If you do that every day, 5 days a week, 4 months out of the year, you're going to save enough fuel you're going to save enough money in fuel expense to pay for the bike. The cost of the bike, monthly payments on it through some of our credit programs, is around $176 a month. You'll easily have that much savings in fuel just by switching over to this bike. So a lot of guys, they get a fun way to get to work. They get a way that's going to save money for them, be environmentally responsible, draw a lot of attention to themselves by riding the vehicle. And, like I said at the very beginning, most important of all, have some fun in the process. How many things that are good for you and save you money and all these other things and conserve and save our natural resources can you also say are fun? And that's what the difference that's what we have to offer. Is we have all these things that are benefits to offer that's fun. You could enjoy it. It adds to your lifestyle. And honestly, if you've ridden motorcycles all your life and then all of a sudden you get on a motorcycle that makes no noise, the experience is invigorating. I mean, it's so nice to just be in the environment and feel the wind, the sound of the wind rushing by, and not listen to the sound of pistons and valves and explosions going on.
Yeah.
It's really very invigorating. I find it very invigorating.
Yeah.
And so I think the more and more people get to see that experience, and once they go, wow, this is really a cool experience, the more it's going to grow this, the demand for these types of products.
Right. Now, I hear the term guys a lot, which is roughly half of the population. So what are you doing, or is there anything you can do for that other feminine half of the population?
Well,
Is there
currently
something?
95% of our customers are guys. They're
Right.
30 to 55-year-old males, and
Right.
we've got quite specific demographics on them. We do have women that ride the bikes, and our bikes are really perfectly designed for women. Our XU products and our X and MX with the low seat heights and very lightweight are perfectly designed for women, and we do market for them. In fact, you'll see in many of our advertising where we have women riders in our brochures, we have women riders riding the bikes, and and especially like, for example, on the XU,
Right.
I mean, we feature females riding the bikes. The women riders are a growing part of the motorcycle market segment, and they, these products are perfect for them. There's less controls, there's no clutch, there's no gears to operate. You just twist the throttle and go.
In a way,
They're
yeah.
very lightweight, so they're not very intimidating. You know, if you actually drop one of these bikes, they can pick it up.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't have clutches and all the other things to work about makes them much more user-friendly.
Okay. Very good. Anything else we need to see?
Nope.
All right.
I think that's it.